Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Rory Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. One superhero alone can accomplish great things, but when the colossal threats start to loom, superheroes must band together to save the world and save themselves. And this has led to a number of iconic team-ups that have lasted throughout the years. So let's take a look at the top 10 best superhero teams. In the number 10 spot, we got the Fantastic Four. We kick off our list with Marvel's first family. The Fantastic Four were initially created after Marvel noted how well the Justice League was doing for DC. The family debuted in 1961 and was actually very different from the Justice League. As opposed to heroes with the powers of the gods, they were flawed. They were relatable, and most importantly, they were a real family, not just a team of heroes coming together under dire circumstances. Now, the movies may have been less than fantastic, and the team has since suffered, but that does not take away from what they accomplished in their early years. Coming in at number 9 is the X-Men. One of the most recognizable Marvel teams out there, the X-Men debuted in 1963. What makes these guys so interesting is that they are activists, not just saviors. They fight for equality among humans and mutants, whereas their enemies want superiority for mutants. It is also enjoyable to see all the young mutants struggle with the discovery of their powers, and how leader Charles Xavier takes them in and attempts to temper them. The X-Men taught us that being different is okay, unless you want to destroy the world with it. Next at number 8, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Straying from our normal little world of DC and Marvel, 4 turtles named after Italian artists deserve their place on this list. Mirage Studios debuted the Turtles in 1984, and the Turtles were meant to be a parody on Marvel's Daredevil and New Mutants, as well as Frank Miller's Ronin and Dave Sim's Cerebus. What started out as a single issue, funded through loans and tax refunds, soon became a universally recognized franchise and a whole new way to celebrate pizza.
Yes, friends, the new Turbo Ginsu! Woohoo! It dices, it slices, and yet makes French fries in 3 different... Whoops!
As if we needed another way. In the number 7 spot is Birds of Prey. In a media so dominated by men, it is refreshing to have an all-female superhero team, and one that doesn't suck. The team debuted in 1995 as a collaboration between Oracle and Black Canary, and has since expanded to showcase some of DC's most underrated superheroines, such as Huntress and Vixen, while also inviting some bigger names like Catwoman. And just like the X-Men, the Birds of Prey also placed a hero with a disability front and center, a huge step for comic books. Coming in at number 6 is Power Rangers. This team of heroes absolutely killed it when they debuted in 1993, despite initially receiving criticism that the show was too violent for its younger target audience. Yeah, younger target audience. What started off as a single show with footage from its Japanese source material Super Sentai soon morphed into an elaborate franchise of shows, toys, comics, video games, the list goes on. There's probably not a kid alive who didn't own at least one thing Power Ranger themed. Go, Power Rangers! Next up at number 5, we have Watchmen. We don't cover these guys nearly as much as we should on this channel, but all it took was one series and one movie to leave a permanent impression on audiences, and that's how they made it onto this list. The Watchmen were introduced in 1986 and faced a war-threatened America with government-sanctioned costume superheroes, yet the team was composed of heroes who seemed anything but super. People who enforced peace through violent measures and were flawed and complex. Except Dr. Manhattan. Guy could probably out-OP Superman. Up next at number 4, we got Guardians of the Galaxy. What started off as a completely different team in 1969 that not many people knew about catapulted to success with the introduction of the team as we know it in 2014's movie. The team is easily one of the most diverse out there, seeing as some members consist of talking trash pandas.
I'm sorry, I took it too far. I meant trash panda. Is that better?
An adorable one-worded trees. And also Chris Pratt, who is recently single. In the number 3 spot is the Avengers. Moving into the biggest names in superhero team history here, the Avengers may not be our number 1 on this list, but they are perhaps the most impactful of all Marvel superhero teams. They first debuted in 1963 as a renovation to the All-Winner Squad, and have undergone many roster changes, spin-offs, and alternate versions. All the while, they've remained totally recognizable, and containing some of the biggest names of Marvel under one header. Plus, they have the Hulk. Need I go on? Coming in at number 2, we have the Justice League. League. The reason the Justice League edges out over the Avengers is simply because they were the original superhero team in 1940, under the name of the Justice Society of America. There was no superhero team more iconic than these guys, composed of the most universally recognizable names such as Batman and Superman. It almost seems unfair to throw all these powerful characters together. They've had to face off against some of the most terrifying villains such as Darkseid and the Joker, and even though they have been around for so long, their ongoing history makes them even more cherished among fans old and young. So who possibly can top them? Get ready. And finally, in the #1 spot is the Teen Titans. In keeping with modern times, there is no superhero team as widely celebrated at the moment than the Teen Titans. If you don't agree with me on this one, just check out some of our Teen Titan focused videos and see for yourself how much of a huge following they have. The Teen Titans were introduced in 1964 as a team of young superheroes who frequently played second string to their heroes. They are young, relatively inexperienced at dealing with villains, and have to deal with the struggles of adolescence as well as learning to be superheroes. The animated Teen Titans was especially fundamental to establishing the team's following, and now there's no other team with as loyal fans. So those are the top 10 superhero teams. Let me know in the comment section down below who your favorite team is. My name is Rory Destroya, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.